tuning in. This is Optibotimus coming with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Prime Beast Hunter Voyager class Grimwing. This big, giant, green dragon looking thing. Although it actually calls him something else, not a dragon on the back, but I'll show you that here in a second. But one thing that I thought was kind of interesting is right here, it says it comes with Black Beak Grapple Launcher. And it's, Black Beak is actually trademarked, which is kind of strange. I wonder... It's got a little asterisk by it, so I wonder if it actually has a purpose to that. It's really kind of strange. It's almost like Blackbeak is a whole separate character unto itself, which is really kind of cool. A really nice big package right here. You got Predaking on the side. Come around here on the side of them. You got a really nice image of the character itself. Really cool looking. On the other side, you got the 1 cent bio, which says, "The most honorable warrior among the Predacons. Grimwing seeks glory through chivalrous combat with a worthy foe." Okay, and then you come down here, check out the tech data on this dude. I mean, this guy is amazing. A 10 on strength, a 9 intelligence, 8 for speed. 8 is his lowest. Endurance is a 10, rank of a 9, and courage of a 10. I mean, and then 9s for the Fire Blast and skill. This dude's really powerful, really very interesting. I'm curious to see what the story actually says. And then you come to the back, and then you got his robot mode. And this is one thing. This, they don't call him a dragon. They call him a Ursa Griff mode. I have no idea what an Ursa Griff is. I'm gonna look it up, and I'm gonna tell you what it is, because that's weird, and I don't know what it is. But it's crazy. But there's the packaging for him, and then you come around here on the bottom, and you have Ultra Magnus, which is a slight retool, I believe, and repaint of the RID Optimus Prime. So I'm kind of curious to see how that actually is going to turn out. But there's the packaging for him. So let's get him open and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Grimwing open up and out of its packaging, and just like with all my other ones, we're going to be doing the Tales from the Beast Hunters, which is a continuation from Chapter 14, which was the Deluxe Class Dreadwing. You got a nice image of Grimwing himself. Come around down here to the bottom. This kind of answers things with Blackbeak. It says that he's a semi-intelligent companion to Grimwing, and does not always offer the best advice. Fires a powerful claw that grips and crushes targets, can fly and fight independent of Grimwing. And then you come down here to the bottom, and it says the higher he soars into the unfamiliar sky, the more his mind clears. Grimwing remembers his time in the hyper-evolution chamber. He remembers the lessons fed directly into his brain by Shockwave. But he also knows there must be more to the world in which he has just been reborn, and he's determined to discover it. That's when his highly sensitive optics spot a Cybertronian signature on the ground below. Judging by the size and power of the stranger, he knows it must be a brother warrior, a kindred spirit. "Yes, fight!" screeches Blackbeak, but Grimwing shakes his head. "No, we seek knowledge, not battle, for now," he says, and banks descending toward the distant stranger. And you can see it continues with Chapter 16, Voyager Class Ultra Magnus. Now, that whole bio and the real kind of look and feel, I suppose, of this figure really does remind me of the Beast Wars Silverbolt figure. And for me, what's even kind of more ironic, if this guy is Silverbolt, then Blackbeak really kind of reminds me of Quickstrike. If you guys remember from Beast Wars, when the two came out of their stasis pod, Quickstrike and Silverbolt had no idea what was going on, but he was like, "Yeah, let's go fight, let's kill somebody." And he's like, "No, that doesn't feel right." Well, not this guy and this guy specifically, but Quickstrike and Silverbolt. And that's really what the bio for this even kind of suggests. That Blackbeak, who has a black beak, is much like Quickstrike, whereas this guy is a lot more like Silverbolt, which is really very cool. I really dig that. The look on this guy, though, is really very fun. Now, as I mentioned, he's an Ursa Griff, which is a combination, and I really should have been able to figure this out, because Ursa is a word used to describe a bear, whereas a Griff is like a griffin, which is like an eagle kind of thing. And basically what you're looking at is a hybrid between a bear and an eagle, which is really very cool. I really do dig that kind of crossover. But again, that's a kind of crossover that really is a lot like Quickstrike, Silverbolt, because Silverbolt was a Fusor. Now granted, he was a combination of a bird and a dog, not necessarily a bird and a bear, but hey, it works. Very cool though. I really love the way that this guy looks. As you could see earlier, Blackbeak can peg right inside here, and also can peg into his butt if you really wanted to, and we'll get to this here in a little bit, but it's really kind of ugly, to be totally honest. He's like a really ugly mutant bird looking thing. But Grimwing here, as you can see, really nice colors on here. I really do dig them. You got some Cybertronian writing. His wings don't move outward, they just move up and down in terms of his articulation. And then the legs are on ball joints here, so at the hips you get them moving around. He bends at the knee. The feet also are on ball joints, so good level of motion with that. The arms, same thing. You're not really looking at too much. The mouth actually opens up, and to do so, I'm going to use a little X-Acto knife because it's kind of tough to do. Wedge it in there, and then open it up. And actually, you kind of want to do that for the transformation anyhow. So he does have an opening mouth. So I mean, in general, very, very cool looking. I do really dig the way that the guy looks. I don't necessarily see a lot of bear in him, other than he is kind of bulky in the arms and the legs. But I guess I see more of just the eagle kind of thing coming through than anything else, but still very cool. And the head can move left and right. It can't really look side to side because of the angle of the ball joint, but very cool nonetheless. I love the look on this. Now, to transform him, very simple. A lot of people will probably complain about it, but the simplicity of the transformation is actually really fun. So you want to just straighten out the legs, and then you actually take this entire section here and push that in till it clips and locks into place. You're going to fully extend these legs all the way out. They kind of angle here on this little rotation bit right here. You want to fully extend those out, then bring this back, fold this section down, and actually you want to take the feet and kind of push them all the way back, just like so. That exposes a little opening right here. Do that on this side as well. Extend that all the way down, fold this up. This is his heel that comes down. Fold this, or angle that back, and here you have his legs done. And you really want to make sure that you extend these all the way out, otherwise his legs are going to be constantly bent like that. So make sure you extend that out. You'll get a full range of motion here with his legs. Coming up here to the top, you just rotate these down. Then these, well, we're supposed to be down like this. You can angle these up, kind of rotate the thumb around, bring the hand, and then rotate that around, and now you have his hands done. Do that on this side as well. Rotate that around just like so. Kind of angle these out just to kind of get them out of the way. Take this section here, you want to untab this and loosen this up, then fold these wing bits down, and then just kind of bring this together, get it out of the way. Take the arms at this point here and then pull them apart, kind of flail these out. Then you're going to angle this down, or get inside here, angle this back and then down. And like I said, you want to keep the bottom beak open, because that's what's going to come down and cover. Get this out of the way and slide down. That's the way the actual the images look, so it makes more sense, and it also keeps his head down a little bit more. Fold this back, take this, you're going to rotate this around, bring his head out, then this section here comes back, and then this will tab into place right there. Kind of bring these wings out like so, and here you have, and then kind of angle these little bits up here, and here you have Grimwing in his robot mode. In his robot mode, this guy really is terrific looking. One thing that I absolutely love is that instead of the very common, very light gray plastic that they use a much darker gray plastic, which, if I'm not mistaken, we're seeing more in the like Transformers Go figures, like with Optimus Prime. Instead of the light gray, they replace it with this dark gray, and it's a wonderful color. And it works so very nicely with the overall look of this guy. And I love the various greens throughout here. You basically got like 3 different color greens. You got this darker kind of green here that's used on his feet, his hips, and kind of like the internal bits in his hands, also in his head. You got a much brighter kind of almost neon looking green here. You got the different color green here on his wings and also on the crest of his beast mode head. I mean, it just is a terrific looking figure. And again, the look of this is very reminiscent. There's not a lot of design elements, but when I look at it, I really do get a Beast Wars Silverbolt feel. It just has that kind of look, and I'm probably getting that from the wings itself, because nothing else really has that. I mean, he doesn't have like the open hole thing here in his chest or anything. It's just a vibe that I get. But I absolutely love the way the guy looks. It's a terrific looking figure, and you know, he really
could be an Autobot. I mean, reading his bio, if he's not an Autobot, he's very much like Dreadwing in the fact that he does have a sense of honor with him. And I don't know, the figure itself just really has, I don't have his legs straightened out all the way. His robot mode really does have like this kind of heroic feel to him. I don't know. I really do like it though. Now for his accessories, as I showed earlier, this is Blackbeak. Now, what you can do is this little bit right here actually removes, and then you can unwind all this. And then what you actually do is you push this in, and his mouth opens, and a missile comes out. And it really doesn't do it all that well. It sometimes gets caught because it's got the string attached to it. I'm almost tempted to remove the string, to be totally honest with you. But if you keep it kind of straight right up in here and then push, and here I'm going to try doing it here. I mean, it comes out, and then you got this bit right here which holds it in there so it can actually go all the way. So it does have this, and then this is a very beast looking kind of claw thing, and then he's got his mouth, and you can see that it opens, and you can't really close it very well. Well, I guess you can if you push it back down, but I'm honestly not a very big fan of this as a weapon. And then you just pull this back through. The string just kind of is cumbersome. It kind of gets in the way. So honestly, I'll probably cut that off, and then when you put it in there, his mouth closes down. But it's a fairly cool gimmick. I mean, I do like that, and it actually goes pretty far. I love the fact that they've really replaced those spring-loaded missiles with this friction-based missile launching thing, which I think is a really cool touch and probably keeps the cost down a little bit. But this is, I mean, pretty decent looking. He can hold it in his hand if you want. You got pegs here on the forearms, you can peg it in there, so really whatever you want to do. Whatever, it is what it is. The highlight though here is Grimwing. Now for his articulation, the head is on a ball joint, so you get a nice range of motion. One thing that I will say is that it does kind of suck that this section here doesn't really lock down in anything. Now the instructions will show you, well, they actually don't show you to have the mouth open. They just show you taking this and tucking that in there like so. But when you do that, it kind of keeps things a little bit higher on him. I don't particularly like that. I really do like doing it like this, where you bring this out and you can have two heads there. And again, it's kind of tough to get in there because I don't have very long fingernails, so be careful not to scratch the paint. And you got a very nice silver paint here on his beak, so open that up, and then when you bring that down, instead of bringing the top section in there where you don't get to push it down as far, the lower beak is smaller, so you can actually bring that down further, and the head area sits down a little bit lower. And that's actually how the packaging shows it, and most people know that the packaging will show you the proper transformation for the thing instead of the actual instructions. So nice articulation there. The shoulders here are on this swivel joint right here, and I love how you got this internal bit right here that as you rotate it, you can see that moving. That's kind of like the Mecha Live thing that we got with the movies and stuff. Really very cool. They swivel in and out. They rotate at the bicep. They bend here at the elbow. They also rotate here right below the elbow itself. The wrists rotate around, they move in and out as part of the transformation. Then the thumb moves in and out. Nothing at the waist, which is kind of unfortunate, but I'm trying to look, see, yeah, there's nothing at the waist. The hips here are on, they're not on ball joints. They're not using a lot of ball joints lately for things. They're putting them on swivel joints that really kind of replicate that same kind of ball motion, which is really kind of interesting. Again, I wonder if that's a cost-cutting measure, but he rotates at the upper part of the thigh, bends at the knee. He's got like a lot of joints here at the knee. You can see that this rotates out. You got that section here, so there's a lot of posability here in the knee, and then the ankles are on ball joints, and then like I said, you got the little swivel here, but you really don't need to do too much with it. The one thing that does kind of suck is you do have to be mindful of how you're positioning these legs to get them to fully stand up straight. And then you can see here with the chest, when you move things around, it does kind of knock them loose, and that kind of sucks. It's not the best, to be totally honest. I wish there was a way that could lock that down. That's my biggest and only real nitpick and complaint about this figure, is I wish that the chest would lock down. It doesn't flop or anything. I mean, you can see it doesn't flop out or anything. It just isn't as secure as I would probably like it to be. But absolutely terrific looking figure. Now, he is a Voyager, so he's a little bit bigger. Now, in terms of a size comparison, here he is. And here he is next to his master and creator, I suppose, Shockwave. And as you can see, Shockwave is a little bit taller, just a smidge at the actual head. I mean, obviously you got the spikes that are making him a little bit taller, but from the top of the head to there, he's a smidge taller than what Grimwing is. But I mean, that is just, I mean, look at that. That's so very cool looking. Now the transformation back to his beast mode is actually fairly simple as well. What you want to do is kind of bring these down, and then you're going to rotate this out and around, rotate that out and around, and you're basically done with his arms. Take this section here, you want to loosen this up, bring this and rotate that all the way around, bring the head up and put that into place. Come around here, you're going to separate these wings. It just, like I said, tabs in there, and then accordion this down and bring this in like so, and then take these arms and bring these in. You're gonna tuck those in there like so. Keep these down like that, kind of angle these so you have clearance just like that. So these are down. One thing that's also interesting, these slide out. They do that on both sides. They're not glued in or anything, so I don't know if that's on mine or what, but that's kind of interesting, I suppose. I don't know why you would want to take them off. I think it looks really cool with them on, but maybe utilize them as some kind of extra weapon or something. So when you do that, then you got that pushed together. You want to bring these little bits, just kind of angle them in like so. Come around here to the back. You're going to take this hip assembly, kind of give this a tug, kind of loosen it up from the notch that it locks into, and then pull it all the way out so you hear a click. Right, like so. Then bring these up. You're going to take these, fold these, well, hold on, get this, fold the foot all the way up, and then you're going to bring this all the way up like so, and then you're going to angle these down like so, then bring these up and in. Again, you're just kind of rotating the ankle or the knees up like so, then bring these back like that. Kind of, well, you're going to position this up a little bit more. It's really how you want to position these legs, so I like kind of spreading them out a little bit more and then straightening them up like that. Then you're going to bring this top section here, and this actually pushes all the way down, locks into place. Rotate these giant kind of claw looking things out, kind of position the wings down a little bit more, and here you have Grimwing back in his beast mode, specifically the Ursa Griff. And when it comes down to it, Grimwing really is probably one of my favorite of the Predacons. Now, each time I find myself saying that almost every time that a new one comes out, they really just are impressing me with their design look. Now, in terms of the Ursa Griff here, I really love the way this looks. I think this is a wonderful looking beast mode. A lot of functionality here. You got a lot of posability with the arms or legs. The head, there's some posability there. The wings, I think, are really cool. The transformation is very simple. That's what we're getting with a lot of these Beast Hunter figures, specifically the dragons. So it doesn't bother me all that much. It is still fun to do, and I still enjoy transforming them. But it is a simple transformation. But I really think that the robot mode is the best looking for him. Combined with the colors and the look of the bulkiness, this guy is a great looking figure. And I absolutely highly recommend picking him up. Now, if you are interested in getting him, if you can't find him in retail, go ahead and click on the link down in the video description. You can order this guy as well as Ultra Magnus from Big Bad Toy Store. They're currently in stock, and you'll be able to get them fairly soon, instead of hunting for them and delaying having absolutely awesome figures. So if you are interested in getting them right away, that's definitely the route that I would go through. But beyond that, though, love this guy. So very fun, so very cool. Just a great, great transformer. So until next time, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Keep in touch with me. Find out recent purchases as well as all upcoming video reviews all at facebook.com/teambotimus, and follow me over on Twitter at twitter.com/Optibotimus. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.